Hello and welcome in to Week 8 of the football season. I'm here with head coach Miguel Regalado as we preview the Wildcats' Week 8 matchup at Central Methodist on Saturday. Coach, looking back on this past Saturday, got a big win at home on Maple Leaf Weekend under the lights, defeating your rival by 20 points there. Just take us through that win on Saturday and what that meant for the team.
First of all, it was a fantastic crowd, man. It felt like the old days. That student section was rocking. The crowd was excited. The guys were excited. We obviously didn't start fast, but the interesting thing was never once did I feel panic on that sideline when we were down 14. It just, we came out, we moved the ball on offense. Truman made a mistake on the pick, didn't look off of safety, but there was just never any panic. But I think you have to start with our defense. Our defense was fantastic. They gave us short fields on offense. We don't put up 34 points without our defense taking the ball away. So you have to start there. And then offensively, we converted in the red zone. I told Coach Pauly, if you give us short fields this year, we will score. We will score in the red zone. We have a run game. We have an offensive line. That's what you need to score in the red zone. We scored 4 touchdowns in the red zone. A couple of those on as I said, off of turnovers, but really, really proud of our guys for never panicking, finishing that football game all the way to the end.
Yeah, absolutely. You talked about the defense. Let's expand on them a little bit more, just on that great game. Starting down 14-0, but then comes back, shuts them out the rest of the way, forces 4 turnovers, 3 picks, and a fumble there. Kind of back to the basics of Baker defense. What was it like seeing the defense kind of get back to that familiar territory of forcing turnovers and really just kind of dominating the game?
100%. I think you start with your defensive line.
Yeah.
I think you start with guys like Malvo, Juice, Schneider, Texas, our young rookie. I thought those guys played phenomenal up front. I thought Coach Pauly had a fantastic game plan for those guys to move around, which is what they're good at. We're not 280 pounds up front, but we are fast, we are physical. So it starts with those guys. And then you just keep that secondary just keeps getting better and better. The Porter twins, Caden Donovan came up with a big play. And of course you always got the steady guys in the middle with Kramer. So, you said it. They're starting to look like our defense. And that's what I kind of pushed Pauly in the chest there in the fourth quarter. And I said, you're starting to look like the old Baker defense. And he knows it. He can see it. And they're just continue to keep getting better.
Yeah. One of the big keys there, too, was newcomers, Alex Gunderson, getting a start there, making an impact immediately. But also on the offensive side of the ball, somebody like Dom Spears catching 2 touchdown passes. What's it like seeing guys like that, some newcomers that are starting to make an impact here midway through the season?
Gunny's was player of the game. I think he had 6 tackles, tackle for loss, a pick for 24 yards. But it's, more than the stats, Matt. It's the energy that he brings. That guy never slows down. He's 1,000% all the time. Dom Spears came in and had a fantastic football game. I think he's a talented young man that if he continues to get better and mature in his career, could be one of the best receivers to come through here. So, as I've said, from the beginning, this is a young football team, but it's talented. And as it continues to grow up, it's going to be a very dangerous team, and I like where we're at.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so you're coming off of that statement win on Saturday, but now have to focus up. Got 2 games on the road now, still remaining undefeated in conference. But how do you go into this week, going out on the road, starting at Central Methodist on Saturday? How do you get the team focused after a big win like this last one?
That's one of the things I'm looking forward to seeing. When you have a young football team, how do they respond after a big win? Do they stay focused? Coach Pauly's felt like practice on Tuesday on defense was just okay. Offensively, I felt really good. I felt good about our practice on Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to clean it up today on Thursday. And then I want to see if this team is mature enough to go out and take care of its business on the road, and I believe they are.
Yeah, we'll preview the matchup with the Eagles. What do you like about them, or what are some things to highlight there, keys to the game for you guys to be successful there in Fayette?
We need to see our defense stop the run. I think they do a really good job of running the football, and if that back gets going north and south, it could be a long day. So we need to shut down the running game. They also do a really good job, Matt, of not turning the football over. So they have really, really good ball security. They've only thrown 4 picks all year long. So we need to find a way to get a couple more turnovers. Offensively, I want to take care of the football as well. I think we've done a great job since Peru State taking care of the football, but I think we need to get through a game where everything is clean. There's no picks, there's no fumbles. We are running the football efficiently. We're throwing the football efficiently, spreading it around. I think Truman's done a fantastic job of getting that ball into different people's hands. And I think if we can do that on Saturday and start fast, that's the biggest thing. And I know I say it every single game, but if this team can find a way to start fast and not look back, that's what I want to see on Saturday.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to it. It's good to see the Wildcats back where they're clicking like usual. So
Yes,
good luck in Fayette. Make sure to tune in to the Urban Edge Network on Saturday as the Wildcats take on Central Methodist at 1 p.m.